Welcome everybody today. Today we're going to be tying everything together, okay? And so just to get our brain juices, we're going to do a little writing prompt. Everybody get out your writing journals and a pen. All right. For our first task today, we will be using our minds to think about characters. I have 4 ties right here. 4 beautiful ties of different colors. You are to choose one tie that represents your character you've been writing about for your character bulletin board, okay? Or one of the others. Can someone name those for me?
Olivia.
Olivia?
Sebastian.
Olivia, one second. We have Olivia. Sebastian.
Viola.
Viola.
Malvolio.
Malvolio.
Orsino.
And Orsino. Let's just stop there. All right. Choose one character, and you guys give you 2 minutes. I want you to come up with 5 reasons you think this character is this tie. Okay? Any questions? All right. On your marks, get set, go. Got another 30 seconds. Okay, here we go. Let's see. Caroline, what tie did you choose and what character?
I chose the red and yellow and orange one,
Mm-hmm.
and I chose Viola.
Why?
Well, because I feel like it stands out from the others, and Viola is, like, to me, the most, like, colorful character. Like, she has the most personality and does the craziest things, and, like, it reminds me of, like, fire. And, like, Viola is just, I don't know, she is, like, I don't know, vibrant.
Yeah, she's a
Personality.
very fiery
Fiery,
character,
yeah.
always a force to move and to change.
Yeah.
Exactly. Marsha, what did you find?
I did Olivia and I picked like the blue swirl tie because it's like more girly and like, I don't know, it's kind of like soft,
Mm-hmm.
whereas everyone else is a bit more like harsh, I guess.
Exactly, that's excellent. And I love that you, like, kind of, even though these are, like, technically man ties, that you chose, like, the idea of, like, the swirl. I even think that Olivia is one of those who doesn't really know what she wants yet, so she keeps coming back on herself and constantly, like, changing who she is. Excellent. Yes, and you?
I chose Viola and I did the first tie. I can't really see it anymore. Of the green and the blue and the yellow and the white. And I did that one because it's the one that has the largest variety in it. And Viola's a character that really like changes herself throughout the entire play. Like she changes from like female to male, back to female. She changes from rich to a servant, back to rich, you know, and all that. And she just is constantly changing throughout. And so I think it like all the different colors really represents that well.
Wonderful. Wonderful connections, everybody. And the reason I did this is that we're going to be thinking a little abstractly today, okay? We're not going to be comparing anymore to ties, but we're going to be doing what we call a fishbowl discussion, okay? While I'm passing these out, has anybody done a fishbowl before? No? Okay, so excellent. Everybody put your name, the date and the period on the top of the page. These are your rubrics, okay? And this is what we'll be graded on, what we will be working on. So, first of all, let's talk about what a fishbowl is, okay? So I bet you guys noticed that when you arrived today, the desks were in a different order, right? We had our big circle of chairs here and then 3 or 4 chairs in the middle. Thank you so much for sitting in the middle, ladies. So, what we're going to be doing is, we're going to have, if you guys will turn on the back, you can read along with me. Okay? So we're arranged with here. The 4 desks, or 3 and 4 desks, are for representatives of the 4 different characters. So each of you here will be representing a character. Okay? What we're going to be doing is, like everybody, this whole thing will be a discussion, but only the central characters will be discussing. However, instead of me just telling you about this, I found a marvelous clip of other students who have done it, who are seasoned experts at the fishbowl discussion, to tell you about what a fishbowl is. Okay? So, here we go. So you can listen, watch here, or you can read along the rules here.
And with our new setup, we of course needed new rules.
Only one person speaks at a time. Participants must use clues such as body language and eye contact to determine when to speak. Only one person can speak at a time. If 2 people speak, one must hold back. Questions may only be asked by people in the inner circle. Respond to other comments by adding additional evidence or asking questions.
If you have the opportunity to say your ideas, make sure you support them with evidence.
To leave or enter, the person must tag another individual.
If you're leaving the bowl, you have to pick someone that hasn't entered in a long time.
Participants may elect to leave or enter the fishbowl, but they have to make an important discussion first.
Each person must connect their thought with the previous one and end with a question for the group. No question must end with the word why.
The conversation does not just exist so you can hear yourself talk, it exists so the group can explore an idea or question.
Your words may not be the most important ones spoken, but reflect on other statements. People on the outside must write down statements that made the go, ah, or huh.
First student comes into the circle.
We'll be doing this
depending on
differently, saying that we already
what we're
have
doing in
the
class,
four,
they might be
three
answering
students in the middle of the circle.
They might be sharing their conclusion to whatever problem that we've been working on in class. After they fully state their answer and provide some evidence, other students come into the circle to discuss it. There is no pressure on who's first, who's second, who's third. We don't pre-select any order. During the course of the year, during the beginning, normally it's the same kids who enter first, but then slowly throughout the year, different kids end up entering. In order to get out of the circle, you have to say something substantial. If you want to come into the circle, you would walk up and tap on someone's shoulder who has already kind of spoken their piece. We are kind of trained to kind of get a sense of who's done talking, who still has to talk. We try really hard to make sure that it's not a constant in and out. This particular video we are doing just for this blog entry, so the kids are coming in and out faster than they normally would. And if you notice, it's kind of seamless. The conversation will always keep going. I tell the kids that it's kind of like at their lunch table. When 2 people sit down for lunch, they start talking. When the 3rd person comes down and sits, they just enter the conversation. One of those people might leave, and the conversation keeps going. So it's kind of a seamless conversation that really only ends when the kids decide it ends, when they feel like they've kind of explored this conclusion and provided all the evidence.
Okay, there we go. Okay, so now that you've had kind of a view of what a fishbowl is, now that we've kind of got a view of what a fishbowl is, do we have any questions? I will give you time to prepare. So we're not going to start off right. I want you guys to get in groups. I want you guys to use your bulletin boards. Everything that we've used up to, I want you to pull out the text. I want you to pull out the plot diagrams we've been doing. I want you to pull all that out, and I want you to come up with five conversation questions. Okay?
So we are coming up with these opening questions.
Oh, yes.
In a group.
And it can't be a yes or no answer. It has to be one of those open-ended. Like one of the girls said, it can't end with the word why. Okay? All right, should we go there? You guys have 3 minutes. I know that's a long time, but I want you guys to develop some really good questions. Okay? Your marks, set, go. Okay, so, what character are we?
Viola?
Viola.
Yeah.
Well, that was true. Okay. So, what kind of questions do we want to talk about? Question.
Answer.
Okay, so are we supposed to do like, is it like, do we have a certain topic that we're talking about with Viola? Or are we like thinking about
Let's see.
a question they would ask?
I want you to go through your time, whether, like, especially when those moments of suspense, like we talked about suspense or humor. Have you ever like wondered like why did you decide the stockings? You could have chosen like a yellow jacket. Like why did you those moments of where you wondered like why did Viola decide that she wanted to go be a guard? Or like those questions when you wondered why, or those little moments where you wondered, you know what, if you could have done this, you could have done that, and this would have been so different.
So it's like a question would be asking another character.
This is exactly that.
So it's a question, so our character is Viola. So it's
Yes.
a question Viola would be asking another character.
Exactly.
She didn't understand why they did it. Okay.
Okay.
So Viola might ask the Orsino Duke guy why he cares so much about Olivia, and why he's like pursuing that.
Viola asks why Duke. I think
Yeah.
she does ask that in play.
Yeah,
So I think
probably.
that
She
would be
probably
okay.
would ask that.
Sweet. Write that down and find a line where you guys would.
Have it as proof.
Textual evidence.
Okay.
Exactly. Good question.
Textual evidence of why she might ask that question?
Of
Or
why
what
she
she-
asks. Yeah. Of why she asks that, or why she would think that.
Well, in the scene when Viola first, wait, who are we talking about again? We're talking about Viola, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so in the scene where Viola first meets Olivia and she's leaving, she like delivers the letter. And it's actually the kind of awkward scene where Orsino's like in the bath or something. Do you guys remember that scene?
Yeah.
And and they're talking and like she even asks him like, why are you going for this girl when she doesn't even like her?
I
Do
can
you
think
guys
of
remember
like
that scene?
yeah, and we can talk about why like there might be a couple of reasons why Viola asks him, because maybe at first she's just wondering because she's like you don't even know her and you just like her because she's pretty, but then later she's like maybe she would ask him that because she
likes
loves
him,
Duke,
yeah.
and she's like, why are you pursuing her,
Mm-hmm.
So her perspective kind of changes too. And yeah.
So like maybe there's a line where like she kind of expresses like frustration.
Yeah, I think in that bathtub scene she does.
Yeah.
Mhm.